For years, the sky above Ghana carried a silence where national pride once soared, a silence where aircraft painted in red, gold, and green once connected Accra to cities across Africa, Europe, and North America. A silence that symbolizes not just the end of an airline, but the end of a chapter in Ghana's identity. Today, that silence is beginning to break. Ghana is taking deliberate steps to revive its national airline with a vision not rooted in nostalgia, but strategy, economics, and global relevance. The revival of Ghana Airways, more broadly, the revival of a Ghanaian national carrier, is becoming one of the most anticipated developments in the country's aviation sector, and if executed well, it could redefine Ghana's position on the global stage. The story of this revival begins decades ago. Ghana Airways, founded shortly after independence, stood as a powerful representation of a young nation charting its own course in the world. It connected passengers across continents, carrying the spirit and ambition of a growing nation. But over time, financial mismanagement, political interference, rising debt, and outdated operations dragged the airline into decline. Eventually, its wings folded, grounding a symbol that meant far more than transportation. Ever since, Ghanaians have felt that absence. While foreign airlines filled Ghanaian skies, passengers flew to destinations worldwide without a national carrier representing them. Economically, this shifted revenue and aviation influence to external players. Nationally, it left a missing piece in Ghana's identity, and strategically, it prevented Ghana from building a strong aviation hub with control over its own routes, pricing power, cargo logistics, and global partnerships. But the revival effort we see today is different from past attempts. It is structured, deliberate, and grounded in modern aviation realities. Rather than simply resurrecting a name, Ghana is designing a forward-looking airline with a new business model that prioritizes sustainability, efficiency, and international collaboration. A national task force composed of aviation professionals, policy strategists, legal experts, and former industry executives is shaping a blueprint for the new airline. Their mandate is not symbolic. They are analyzing aircraft acquisition models, route plans, regulatory compliance, and operations strategy. Their mission is to build a carrier that can start strong and grow responsibly, avoiding the pitfalls that caused collapse in the past. One major shift lies in funding and ownership. Instead of creating a purely state-owned airline dependent on government subsidies, the new vision focuses on strategic partnerships with international aviation companies who can provide technical expertise, operational know-how, and possibly capital. This partnership approach allows Ghana to share risk, gain training and management support, and avoid building a weak airline that struggles independently. There is also strong political backing, but this time, the support is structured rather than controlling. The revival is aligned with Ghana's long-term vision of becoming a regional air transport hub. Modern airports, improved infrastructure, expanding tourism, and growing trade corridors make aviation revival both feasible and necessary. Fleet planning is central to the design. Instead of rushing to operate large, fuel-intensive long-haul aircraft, the new airline is expected to start with cost-effective, fuel-efficient, modern planes suited for regional routes. Leasing aircraft instead of purchasing may allow flexibility, lower startup risk, and faster scaling. Over time, long-haul fleets can be added once profitability and route demand are firmly established. Route strategy is equally critical. Rather than immediately flying across multiple continents, the airline may begin by connecting major African cities where passenger demand is rising and competition is less intense. Cities in West, East, and Southern Africa could become the backbone of the network, supported by profitable regional travel, business routes, and diaspora mobility. Later, flights to Europe, North America, and the Middle East could restore Ghana's long-haul presence. If executed correctly, this approach could transform Accra into a major aviation hub, a transit gateway where travelers from across Africa connect to global destinations. It would bring economic benefits far beyond ticket sales, boosting hospitality, tourism, airport revenue, trade, logistics, and foreign exchange earnings. The revival would also create thousands of jobs. Aviation is an ecosystem. Pilots, engineers, cabin crew, ground staff, maintenance personnel, caterers, fuel suppliers, cargo handlers, and administrative specialists. But beyond direct employment, the return of a national carrier would stimulate industries around it. Hotels, transport companies, airports, food vendors, tour operators, and service providers all stand to benefit from increased travel and transit activity. Yet while the revival is inspiring, it also demands caution. A national airline cannot be run as a political trophy. It must be a business, driven by performance, accountability, and technical expertise. Past mistakes must not repeat themselves. No inflated payroll, no political appointments, no reckless expansion, no debt fueled by pride. The airline's survival will depend on strict governance, professional leadership, and protection from interference. It must also navigate global competition. Today, powerful international airlines operate in Ghana with strong fleets, loyalty programs, and strategic alliances. To compete, Ghana's airline must differentiate itself, perhaps through affordable pricing, better regional connectivity, or a unique identity rooted in Ghanaian culture and hospitality. Public expectations will also play a role. Many citizens want immediate flights to London, Dubai, New York, Toronto, or Beijing. But building a sustainable airline requires patience. Starting regionally before expanding globally may not satisfy everyone, but it will strengthen long-term viability and reduce early financial losses. Another factor is infrastructure. Airports must be ready to support growth. Terminal capacity, maintenance hangars, fuel services, training facilities, and digital systems all need to be modern and scalable. Without strong infrastructure, even a well-designed airline can struggle operationally. Yet despite these challenges, the revival carries powerful national significance. A national airline is a statement of presence. It places Ghana on departure boards across continents. It enables cultural exchange and business travel. It supports diplomacy and national branding. It reminds the world, and Ghanaians themselves, that the nation is capable of building and sustaining large-scale institutions that represent ambition on a continental level. For younger generations, a new national airline will be more than a company. It will be a signal that Ghana is entering a new phase of global participation. It will inspire careers in aviation, engineering, and international logistics. It will shape how the world interacts with Ghana and how Ghana interacts with the world. As plans develop, negotiations progress, and technical frameworks solidify, the dream of seeing a national carrier take off once again grows stronger. The vision is clear: a lean, efficient, modern airline, not a revival of the past, but a rebirth for the future. When that first aircraft rolls onto the runway, engines roaring, painted proudly in the colors of the nation, it will not just mark the return of flights. It will mark the return of confidence, strategy, and national ambition. Ghana is preparing to fly again. This has been Ghana in Focus.